So the last one here is I'm going to go ahead and begin with an ordered packet, just so that we can verify the conclusion of what I claim the SuperCUT is actually doing to the ordering of the cards. Now in practice you would have a more sophisticated packet in play, one that's not so transparently arranged, right? This is arranged sequentially. Okay, so we have ace through queen. Okay, so what is a SuperCUT? Well, you just turn the cards face down. So what you do is you ask for any number, let's say between 1 and 6. Okay, now it's nice to have maybe even more than one, just to make it interesting, and not too many cards beyond 6, because otherwise you really won't be mixing these face up, face down very well. Okay, so you could call for any number or no number at all. They don't have to flip any, but so just ask them, okay, maybe a number between 3 and 6 or 3 and 7. So they say 3. Okay, so watch what I'm going to do. Remember, the ace is at the top. So you count out, which has the effect of reversing the order of the cards. 1, 2, 3. Okay, so that reverses the order of these cards. The ace was on top, now it's on the bottom of these 3, and the 3 was on the bottom of this set of 3, and now it's on top. Okay, so you reverse count, or count out into your other hand, which is something we call reverse counting. And the reason for that is because it reverses the order of those cards. And then what you do openly, it's okay that the spectator sees this. In fact, you want them to see this. You're turning some of them face up now. And then you immediately move into just a regular Charlier shuffle. Just a regular Charlier shuffle. So maybe they'll say 4 now. So you go 1, 2, 3, 4. That wasn't very interesting. And maybe 2, 1, 2, flip, Charlier. How about 3? 1, 2, 3, flip those. Okay. And then Charlier, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's say this time, flip, move into a Charlier. 1, 2. Okay, I'm dropping the cards. Sorry, they're getting kind of warm because I'm using them too much. How about 4 again? 1, 2, 3, 4, flip. And then move into a Charlier, top to bottom, bottom to top. Okay, so what effect do those actions have on this packet of cards? Okay, well, certainly some of the cards are face up now, which is kind of cool. Okay, but what has it done to the ordering of the cards? So think about it. When I reverse counted any number of cards, that reverses their order. But then I turned around and immediately flipped them over in my left hand. Well, that straightens out their order. They're back in the original order that they're in. So really, this is truly just a Charlier shuffle in which some specified number of cards are flipped face up as determined by the spectator. That's the amazing thing. You're giving them the freedom to do this, okay? So what I'm claiming then is that we are just one cut away from returning the packet to its original order, where we had ace on top all the way down to a queen on bottom. Okay, so right now it looks to be a big mess, right? But I'm claiming if I move these 3, so I leave the ace on top, because that's where it started, and cut those to the bottom, I'm claiming that it's back in the order ace through queen. Well, let's just check that. So ace, we're hoping that well, go over here. This is a 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, jack, queen. Okay, so a SuperCUT, which I've never heard of before. This is not in the literature. This is a name I thought of. I've never seen this shuffle performed before I started using it. I got thinking about, is there a way to introduce card flipping, but in the end not lose track of the relative ordering of the cards? Well, that's exactly what a SuperCUT does. It's kind of randomly flipping some cards face up and leaving others face down, but yet the relative order of the cards is still known. Isn't that amazing? But boy, is it convincing to watch as a shuffle. I don't think anyone, unless they've studied principles on my Hidden Structures YouTube channel, would be able to readily detect that, oh, wait a second, he hasn't lost track of anything, actually, as far as the relative order of the cards. Cards that were immediate neighbors before are still immediate neighbors. And immediate neighbors in the sense of that circular arrangement that we thought of, right? If you think of them in a circle, where cutting the cards is just rotating the circle so many units clockwise. So any kind of effect that you could do with the Charlier shuffle, you can apply the SuperCUT and accomplish what it is you hope to accomplish with an original Charlier shuffle. Okay, you don't lose any information. But what's really powerful is now the cards are going to randomly flip face up and face down. Okay, so just adding to the confusion and strengthening the perception and the mind of the spectator that the cards are beyond the knowledge of anyone. Okay, and it really will seem that way. But in fact, you know better, because you know that a SuperCUT is equivalent to a Charlier shuffle, and a Charlier shuffle is simply equivalent to an ordinary packet cut. Okay, so that is a fun one to do. Why don't we can go ahead and just quickly demonstrate the mechanics of the shuffle one more time. Okay. And if you want to check yourself, it's good to start with an ordered packet. That way you can kind of verify that you're doing it right, that you're not making mistakes, okay? So you ask for any number, any reasonable number, maybe 2, 1, 2, okay? So right now they're out of order from what they were. But when you flip them over, they're back in order, okay? So we haven't harmed anything. And then you just move into a Charlier. Maybe they'll want 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, flip. Move into a Charlier, okay? 1, 2, 3. Move into a Charlier. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, maybe flip. Move into a Charlier, okay? And then, depending on what structure you're working with, you'll be able to actually look at this and identify what cards are actually. So, for instance, if they said that they want you to find the 8 of hearts. Which of these down-facing cards is the 8 of hearts? Yeah, I think it. No, it's not that one. This one. Wait a second. I think it's that one right there. It's just crying out to me. This is the 8 of hearts. And it is indeed. How did I do that? Well, you did it because they're in order, right? In a circular sense, right? Because right here, so here, this would have to be the queen, right? Queen, I'll show you. Queen's there, okay? Which means that really all we've done is we've cut the ace. This must be the ace. To the bottom. That's all that's happened as far as order. So this is the ace, of course the 2, 3, 4, 5, and then I knew that the middle card, this is 7, 8, 9. So I knew the 8's right there, but you can make a game of it like you don't know and that you're getting some feedback from the cards, okay? So there's endless things you could actually create just with this one mixing procedure, the SuperCUT, and it would just blow away anyone watching like, how in the world is he doing that? Okay, well, that's enough for this video. So we've talked about just ordinary packet cuts, their effect on different packet structures. They're especially nice for cyclic packets where you have a pattern that repeats one or more times. Then we talked about Charlier, general Charlier shuffles, which are equivalent to an ordinary packet cut. And then we talked about the Charlier 1, where you're moving one card over each time. Well, that's equivalent to a 50% cutting of the cards, and that's very nice to be aware of. And then the final one here is a SuperCUT. This is a brand new one as well, along with the Charlier 1, that I haven't seen anyone do, but boy, is it fun, because it introduces face-up and face-down cards and gives the illusion that the ordering of the cards has been utterly destroyed, when in fact it has not. It's equivalent to an ordinary cutting of the cards, with some of the cards now face up. Okay, well, thank you for watching, and take a look at other videos on the Hidden Structures channel.